So this video is going to be about how to create a object or a polygon object in EcoStruxure Operator Terminal Expert that will allow you to show two different colors without having to have multiple objects. I cannot find a video on from Schneider itself, so I figured it out on my own. So the first thing you're going to do is open your project. Well, once you have your project open, go to wherever your object's created. I have it set up where I have my main screens, and then my main screens point to a content window. I have to watch some of the EcoStruxure videos put out by Schneider to understand how that works. So click on wherever it's located. I opened the wrong one. Go back. This is a elevator project. We'll zoom in a little bit so we can get an idea of what we're doing here. So I'm going to click on this conveyor object. I'll shrink it up here just for a second so you can see a little bit better. So once I'm clicked on the conveyor object, this is a created polygon. So you want to get to the properties tab. If you don't see the properties tab, you should be able to click here, and it's the third one from the bottom up. Initially you want to start out by putting green in or whatever color you want in the fill for one color, and then for the other color will be in the animation. Then if you want a border color, I think right now my border color is gray. That's not going to change my border color, but so in the animation, I am coming up the same way here. No, that's the... Okay, so right now we're under favorites. You see how I got the stars? Go under shape. If you go under shape and you get your fill, you can see the color just like we did. Then you'll get, you're under the basic now, so shape and then basic. We're going to go size, location, and now you can expand animation. So set this horizontal scale and vertical scale to 100. Then you want your fill level. You're going to enable the fill level, and then we're going to this one is, let me verify this, it's based on a, whoops, just hit enable on the fill level, and then leave this at 100 and 100. Back color, put whatever color you want besides the original. Like my fill color was green, my back color is going to be red. Red for off, green for on. Then we want to make sure this visibility is set to visible. There's three options there: hidden, collapse, visible. Now this shouldn't have changed, but it did. What I want to do for horizontal fill is not 100. You want a variable there. And in my case, I got like a run signal for the conveyor, so this is C7 conveyor. I'm going to select that. Now the tricky part here is you want to add the converter, and the converter that I have is called fill object. Now I'll go back and show you you gotta do that for both the horizontal fill and the vertical fill. I'll show you what fill object does. It's like a math function, so to speak. This is very cumbersome. I think Schneider needs to go back to doing it the way they did Unity Pro, or not Unity Pro, Visio Designer. So here we got the fill object again, and it's all set up the way it was in the beginning. I'm just going to save this, and then I'm going to show you, go to the project browser, or project explorer, and then I'm going to show you where the math converter thing is. And you got to click on these tabs. If you can't find it in the tabs, I'll resort back to here. It should be in there. A little bit cumbersome. So in this, what I did here was I selected the type to be range, and the name is fill underscore object. For whatever reason, I take the underscore out, but if I click on the side here, should be able to edit it. Yeah, so if you look at the properties window, your incoming value is Boolean 1 or 0. Changes it to a numeric, or like an integer, and then takes the data. If the data is false, so Boolean false 0, then it makes the numeric value 0. And then I have the else condition. Else, it'll be 100. So in other words, if it's not a 0, it's a 1. It changes that 1 to 100. So if you look back at the previous screen, which was, let's go to the project browser. We'll go back into the content 1 page, and I'll shrink this up some so we can see what we're doing. There's the content 1 page. Here's our object. So now what it's doing is taking this value and then running it through this converter object, which I created, and then changes it to that 0 and 100. So you get, at 0, you get fully able to see the background color red, and at 1, it converts it to 100, which is green, or 100% transparent, or 100% fill, excuse me, which fills it to 100% green, so you never see the in-between levels. But so that's how you would do it without having multiple objects.